Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I know I say this every time that I don't make a video for a while, but I've been busy. And truthfully, while I have been busy with work and things like that, to be honest, I just am so tired when I get home from work. I just don't have the energy to do a YouTube video. But if everything goes right, I'm gonna try and do more videos. And if everything goes right for this, what I've got planned, I've got 3 videos planned. That's literally 6.
I'm a dumbass.
But I have 3 videos planned. I have this video, which I'll explain what it is in a second, even though it's in the title. I have a Dragon Beauty lipstick review, which I will do. And then if everything ships and comes in on time, I have an Ulta haul because I bought a bunch of stuff from Ulta for the past few days, and it's supposed to be all here, I think, tomorrow, which is, I'm filming this on Friday. So this should be here tomorrow, which is Saturday. So hopefully, if I don't film it here, I'll film it where I'm gonna be at. So with that being said, let's jump right into the video. Let's roll that intro. Okay, so today's video is going to be story time about the time that I went to a psychiatric facility when I lived in Virginia. And I'm going to do makeup while I do it. I'm not going to do like a heavy glam just because I don't want this video to take 3 years. And I'm going to kind of break the story up into parts, like each step of my makeup routine, so that way I can keep it structured. And I just want to give a little PSA. I am in no way, shape, or form making fun of anybody that has a serious mental illness, because I know that stuff is very serious. I'm just giving a fun story to hopefully lighten something, so that way I'm just telling my experience. So I don't want anybody to take my story and twist it into something else. So yeah, let's start off with my eyebrows. Okay, so I'm gonna start my brows. I already kind of started them because like I said, I don't want to be here for 400 hours because it's literally 1 o'clock in the morning when I'm filming this. So, okay, the time frame when all this stuff was happening was probably roughly 2014-ish, 2015. I'm leaning more towards 2014 because that was right around the time where the stepmom was in the picture, and she'll be a key factor in this story. So, you know the stepmom from Hill? That one. The one I did a story time about? Yeah. No, anyways, I remember going to school one day, and I remember getting in trouble, but I can't for the life of me remember what I did. You got me. I just know that I did something, and I got in trouble for it. And it was bad enough to where they had to call home. So yeah, they called home, and the level of overreacting that she did was, people who know her, they know the type of overreactions that she can do, because sometimes she would take things to such a level that it didn't need to be at. And I'm just like, oh god, okay, you need to relax, bitch. Now, I will say, I wasn't the best behaved kid, but at the end of the day, I gave back the energy that was given to me. So, that's all I can really say about that. Okay, so I'm gonna conceal my eyebrows and do all this other stuff, and then I will be back starting with foundation stuff. Okay, so the brows are on. I'm literally gonna do part of this foundation on camera, It's like I said, if I sit here, I can blend for days, so. Yeah. But, okay, so like I said, I got in trouble, and don't ignore this mirror. I'm just using it. No, I got in trouble, and it was very dramatic, and I already knew that it was going to get very dramatic just because that's how she was, because I knew that she was going to be the main one mad and upset for absolutely no reason, because that's just what she did, and that's how she lived her life. And I knew my dad was just going to go with it because he hates conflict, and I'm just like, that's another topic. But I remember I got in trouble, they called them, and I already knew that it was going to be something when I got home. So I went about the rest of my day, and then it came time to go home, and I was just like dreading going home because I was just like, I'm so not in the mood to deal with any of this. I was obviously had gotten in trouble at school, and I was like already over it, so I was just like, oh, gosh, I'm really not trying to deal with this bull when I get home today. So I mean, I really couldn't avoid going home, but I went home, and yeah, I'll finish this foundation and then I'll be right back. Okay, so this lighting doesn't really help my makeup, but it'll be fun. Okay, so on to concealer. Okay, so I come home and everything seems all fine and dandy, but then all of a sudden my stepmom, she's standing on the front porch, and I'm just like, okay, here we go. She has her arms crossed, and I'm just like, okay, here we go. I'm just like, I'm not in the mood to deal with this shit. And as I'm walking inside, she's yelling at me, of course. And my room is like, it was so close to like that way the house was set up. It was like so close to the front door. So literally I could see, like, she's standing on the porch trying to talk to me, asking me all these questions. And I'm just like, please go away, leave me alone. But anyways, like, if you, like, the way the house is set up, like, if you walked right into the house, like the front door, my room, you could literally see from the front door, and I'm just like, great. And so when I turned the corner to go inside, because I just walked past her, I was like, I'm ignoring you, I'm not talking to you right now. She just kept yelling, and I walked inside, and I was just like, okay, I'm just gonna ignore you because you're annoying and overreacting. So I go inside, and I kind of turn the corner, and I see my room, and it kind of looks like weird, and I'm just like, my room looks really weird from here. There was blankets and stuff on the floor. And let me tell you, when I turned the corner, I was shocked. I was confused. I was stunned.
May I have your attention? May I have your attention, please?
And bitch, let me tell you, when I turned the corner, it looked like a tornado had gone through my room. There was shelves there was like stuff on the floor. My shelves and stuff were all messed up. And the thing that shot my anger level to a 1000 was my TV was on the floor.
Fuck you!
And truthfully, I don't remember much about like what exactly was going through my head, but I just remember blacking out, yelling. Like, I yelled so much, like I was so pissed because like I was a 14-year-old. TV meant a lot to me, and that was like one of the things I could do when I come home from school to keep away from the stupidity and kind of like ignore and not necessarily hide, because at the end of the day, I wasn't scared of that bitch. I tackled that bitch one time. Think I'm scared of that hoe? Fuck her. it was just more so not wanting to deal with her. And I just kind of was in that space of, okay, I just started yelling, and I don't really remember exactly everything that I said, because it was just like I said, I blacked out, and I just kind of just went with it, and I just said anything and everything. I'm sure I said some really awful things, but I'm gonna finish powdering and then I'll be right back. Okay, so we're gonna move on to the contour and stuff. I know this video is kind of choppy, but I'm trying to keep it short, but not like too short, so that way I can get the story across. No, anyway, so she's yelling, and if this contour looks harsh, please don't judge me. No, but yeah, I remember her yelling, and I don't remember exactly what she said to me, but I remember her saying something, and it just made me snap, and I just started yelling and going off. She yelled back at me, and then I mumbled under my breath. I was like, I'm gonna kill this stupid bitch. And so, her being the irritating whore that she is, she's like, what'd you say? And me being the smart-ass teenager that I was like, I screamed at the top of my lungs. I said, I'm gonna kill you, you dumb bitch. Now, mind you, I was 14, obviously. I wouldn't actually kill her. And I couldn't imagine actually killing somebody. But at the end of the day, I was mad, and it was just the first thing that came out of my mouth, because it's just like a normal thing, like, at least for me anyway. I was just like, when I get mad, I'm like, I'm gonna kill you, bitch. You know, not actually mean it. Because obviously, I don't want to go to jail. Again. Not actual jail. It was shooting. Doesn't count. But I just remember saying that. And I remember her getting super, super quiet. And it was just... One second. But I remember her getting super, super quiet, and I just remember as soon as that came out of my mouth, she just kind of stood there like, stuck. She was like...
What?
And I just remember the look on her face. She was like stuck. I was just like, yeah, bitch. I said it. What you gonna do about it? Huh? What you gonna do? What you gonna do, mama? What you gonna do, bitch? I mean, you'll let her find out what actually she did, but I just remember she didn't say anything. Like, once I said that, she was just kind of like stuck, and I was just like, So I just remember she walked out the room, and that was really the end of that situation right there. And she just kind of left the room. My dad followed her, and I didn't hear about him I didn't hear anything from him for the rest of the night. So I'm gonna finish this powder, and then I'll be back with the continuation. Just saying. Okay, so I'm gonna start my eyeshadow now, and this part's gonna go a little bit faster because, like I said, I don't really want to tell too much of my story, just because there's a lot of other stuff that's involved, and I just want to kind of get that general consensus. So I'm gonna start my eyeshadow. Okay, so I remember going to sleep that night. It was all normal and dandy, and let me put on primer first. Hold on. Okay. So I remember going about the rest of the day. Everything was fine. They all just kind of left me alone because it was like a real heated day, and usually when we would get into fights, we just kind of left each other alone. And yeah. So I went to sleep. Mind you, I'm like 14, still in school, having to wake up at 6 o'clock every morning. So I went to sleep, and then all of a sudden, I get woken up out of my sleep by my dad, and I'm like, he never wakes me up this late. Mind you, it's only 11:30, and I'm still a child, so that's a normal child bedtime. But I just remember him waking me up, and I'm like, okay, so this part, yeah, like I said, I'm gonna kind of go through it because I don't want to be here all night. I'm gonna get the gist of the story. Okay, so I got woken up, and I was just kind of confused, and my dad was like, it was late. They were like, you need to get out of bed, you need to get dressed. And so I get out of bed and I get dressed, and there's cops at the front door. And I'm just like, okay, here we go. And I'm just like, okay, let's see what we're gonna do. And if I'm looking up, sorry, I have to use the light up here. But I was like, okay, whatever, this is... So I talked to the cops. I explained what happened. And I was just like, okay, whatever, I'm so not listening to this, so whatever. Oh, that was a mishap. But this, and I'm just so before, this is kind of going to go, like I said, it's going to be really fast. I keep repeating myself, but I just want to make that known. And yeah, I just can't handle all the editing because it's going to be a lot of editing with just this video. So, but I talk to the cops, I tell them what's going on, and tell them what happened. And I just remember being like, this is so stupid, I'm literally a child, why is this happening to me right now? And lo and behold, long story short, the reason she called the cops on me because she was scared that I was actually going to kill her. And I was like, at the time I was like, I mean, yeah, bitch, I want you to think that I'm going to kill you. I'm not actually going to kill you, but I want you to think that I'm going to. Because there was no reason for all the shit that she did. And I was just mad. I explained the cops in the car, and then I was like, they were like, you're going to come with me. And I was like, at the time I was like, okay, I'm a child, so I was always raised to obey the law, and I'm just like, now I'm kind of just like, fuck all of it. So I was just kind of like, okay, I'll go with you because I'm a kid, I'm like, I don't know what you're doing, so okay, Mr. Police Officer Mans. They didn't tell me where we were going. So, lo and behold, they took me to like the hospital, like the emergency room, like hospital, not like the other hospital just yet. But I'm there at the regular hospital for probably 20-30 minutes before I see anybody. And so they do all these tests, they ask me all these questions, and I answer all these as honest as I could. And so I was just like, okay, what's going on now? Why am I here? And obviously I was just a child. I was freaking out because I didn't know what the fuck was going on. I just got put in the back of a cop car and taken to a hospital for absolutely no reason. And so I'm just like, what's going on? Because I was so confused. And I was just like, okay, this is the bullshit that I'm talking about. So I answered all the questions that the people at the hospital had to ask me. So I was like, okay, now what? And they were like, we're gonna give you back to the cops and all this other stuff, and we're gonna do this, this, and this, and that. Lo and behold, they took me to the psychiatric facility, and they processed me in there and did all the standard stuff that you would do. They check you in, make sure you don't have any shoelaces or anything like that. And I was just like, okay, what's going on? And so I just, thinking back on it, I understand why she was scared of me. Well, I won't say she was scared of me. I was very angry for many different reasons. Her being one of the main ones. Now, but I just kind of, sorry if there's a bunch of gaps. I just can't handle. I was so over some of the shit, and I got processed. I went to the facility. I cooperated. I did everything the facility wanted me to. I was so cooperative. Like, literally, you could not get me to be more cooperative. And I was just kind of like going through the motions. I think I went to school there at some point because I was still in school and like they couldn't just like not do any type of schooling. I don't know if it actually counted toward anything, because who actually knows if it counted toward anything. So it's hard to tell if it actually even counted toward anything. Sorry. It's hard to tell because honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if it didn't go toward anything because that's just how places like that work. Like, they only care about filling the beds most of the time. And well, I wouldn't say that. I would say that they care about keeping someone in the bed. But they will use everything in their power to keep their money flow coming in, because as long as somebody's in a bed, they're getting money for them from the state. So I won't say it was a scheme, but at the end of the day, at some point, I just at the time, I didn't want to go home. So I remember there being points to where I was just like, okay, I'm going to tell these people what they want to hear, because obviously they want to hear it. So I'm going to tell them what they hear, because at the time, to be honest, those people at that place, they were treating me better than I was being treated at home. And I know that may be difficult for somebody to hear, like if my dad or somebody watches this, like, because at the end of the day, some of the shit that happened, he allowed this dumb bitch to treat me like that, and my brother. And so at some point, I don't necessarily blame him, but at the end of the day, there is some fault on his part. But I don't blame him entirely, because I was a psycho. So there was a point where I just started lying to them people and telling them what they wanted to hear. I'd be like, yep, I'm still having those thoughts, and I still want to kill that bitch, even though I really wasn't actually going to kill her. I just remember just being so mad that I was possibly going to have to go home, and I was just like, I don't want to go home. I don't want to go home. I do not want to go home. I do not want to go home at all. And I just kept on, and I kept it up for about it was probably about 2 weeks that I kept it up for. And after a while, I was just kind of like, I'm not going to be here for very long, and they're not going to allow me to stay here for very long, because it was slowly that they were starting to see that there was actually nothing mentally wrong with me, and I was just kind of fake. And I think they kind of started to tell that I was faking and not being all the way genuine with everything. And so I just kind of accepted it. My dad only came like once or twice that I remember, but I don't really remember, so he probably could have came a lot more. I just don't remember him coming. So as far as I'm concerned, he only came once or twice. So yeah, but and I even met people there that I still kind of talk to today. I met one of my exes. Well, I use that term lightly, exes, because we knew each other before we were both in that place, and then we reconnected some years later at another place that I don't want to talk about, because that's just like a time in my life where I will never talk about it again, because it's so far in the past that I'm just like, I don't want to talk about this no more. And I'm just like, no, I'm not talking about that. But yeah, hi Isaiah, if you're watching this. He's straight now, so it's cool. We're still fine. We talk occasionally, not too often, but we talk. But yeah, that was generally the consensus. So I'm gonna finish my eyes and lips, mascara, lashes, all that good stuff off camera, and I will see you in a minute. FYI, I will be filming with the Dragon Beauty lips, so make sure you check out that video. I think that video is going to come out before this video will. So yeah, go watch that review if you haven't already watched it. Okay, one second. Okay, so I am back. If you want to see my review on the lipsticks, go check it out. I'll put a little link card up in the corner, or whichever corner, I can't remember which one it is. One of these two. But I reviewed the Dragon Beauty lip products, and I decided to wear blackmail because I just felt like very much this vibe. This is the vibe this eye is giving me. And I relocated. I wish I would have started filming here in the first place. I know. Trash.
Well, just as I thought, trash.
So yeah, this video was definitely all over the place, and I'm sure there was some stuff that was like gaps were missing, and yeah, I didn't want to go too much into detail with certain things just because I don't want to put like personal information of like other people that like, or I wouldn't want to kind of share experiences of other people because I don't want to feel like it's mocking anybody. So yeah, guys, I hope you enjoyed this look. Oh my gosh, this lighting is so much better. I should have filmed over here. I'm an idiot. Anyways, while I reconsider my life decisions, I'm gonna go ahead and exit out this video. So make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, turn on the notifications to get notified every time I upload a video, because like I said, if I get everything right, I'll have some more videos coming. I won't promise everyone every week, but I am gonna try and do some more. So yeah, guys, that is all for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it, and yeah, cut the cameras. Deadass.
Cut the cameras. Dead ass.
But yeah, guys, that's all for this video. Make sure you tune in and check out the new videos and old videos if you want to see them. So yeah, bye! Hey you guys, hope you enjoyed today's video. Make sure you follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and Snapchat, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. And turn on your post notifications if you want to see more stuff from me. Bye!